Where am I? Life's an everyday adventure. That's my philosophy. I took my time waking up today and listened to the loud rain. It sounded like music. I giggled as I closed my eyes and imagined the raindrops dancing to the rainy music. Sadly, our plans to go to the park today were soaked by the downpour. But I thought about what Uncle Marcus always says, a curious mind is never bored. When I finally got up, I noticed my toes were tingling in my moccasins like shooting stars in the night sky. An idea came rushing to me. I would challenge my brain today by thinking about solving a really big mystery. I just wasn't quite sure yet what the mystery was. I decided the best thing to do was to build a space to think in. A fort! Perhaps building it would give my brain enough time to figure out what the big unsolved mystery would be. It is a little-known fact, but bedroom forts are very good for thinking in. I have built many different kinds of forts, but this one had to be big enough for my big thoughts about my big mystery. I looked around my room to find the spot. Aha! I pulled my blanket almost off the end of the bed and used a chair and some books to hold up the other side. Now I had a roof. My fort was big and almost ready. Now all I needed was to make it comfortable for thinking. I put another blanket on the floor as a cushion, then grabbed a bunch of pillows to lean against. I hopped in, laid back, and I had forgotten water and some snacks. How could I think without food and water? I gathered some things from the kitchen, then ran back up to the fort. This time the dog followed me and curled up next to me. I pet her head as I began my big brain challenge. The dog's tail was wagging as I pet her. Suddenly, I wondered why dogs have tails. Wait, why do animals have tails and people don't? This could be it, my brainy mystery to solve. I began to think about animals and their tails. Bunnies have fluff balls, horses have long hair, pigs have curly ones, and birds have feathery ones. I giggled as I continued to think about how funny tails can be. Soon, I realized it wasn't much of a mystery. It was rather simple. Animals need tails and people don't. Bunnies and pigs communicate with their tails. Horses get flies off their backs with their tails, and birds use their tail feathers to help keep balance. I sat up to eat something as I had to think of another mystery to solve. Just then, I heard my mother say, "Molly dear, where are you?" That's it! My mother asked an excellent, brainy, and mysterious question. Where am I? Before she got worried, I answered. I'm in my room thinking. Okay, I thought, this is a great start. I thought I knew where I was, but did I really? Well, I was in my fort, which is in my room. My room is in my house, and my house is on my street. Wow! Cool! I had never really thought about where I was in this way before. My house is in my town, but where is my town? It's next to another town, which is next to another town. Oh boy, this could take forever. I thought about the next biggest way to describe where I am. My town is in my country. Yes, that's it. But where is my country? Uh-oh. My brain was definitely being challenged, but it was so much fun. My country is on the planet Earth. Oh, but where's Earth? It can't just be in outer space. Where is outer space? What is outer space? Ah! My brain was swimming with questions.
Hello, Miss Molly,
I heard my father say as he and my mother knelt down to check out my fort. May we join you? My mother asked. As I moved over to let them into the fort, I said, Perfect timing. I am stuck on the mystery of where I am. My father giggled and then said,
Well, I can see why you are stuck. That is a big mystery indeed. Tell me, what have you discovered so far?"
I told them how I started with the fort, then my room, then my house, my street, my town, my country, Earth, and finally outer space. That was as far as I could go. My father was very pleased. He said,
"Miss Molly, you've gone almost as far as science has. No one really knows what is beyond outer space yet. It seems it will remain a big mystery, at least for now."
My mother quickly chimed in. "Sweet Pea, I have an idea. Let's think about your mystery in reverse. Perhaps we can solve it in a different way. You begin in outer space, then Earth, then your country, your town, your street, your house, your room, your fort. You, dear Molly, are here, and we love you very much." I laid back down on the pillows with my parents, smiled, and said, "Mystery solved. I am here, and here is perfect." There are millions of things to think about, but sometimes it is great fun to think about where you actually are. Molly Moccasins, everyday adventurer.